I celebrated every day that I was pregnant. I was nervous, but it was really, really special to watch my tummy grow and to start feeling her move. Apart from a scare in the 8th week of our pregnancy with Journey, we really had a really nice 23 weeks. When I was 23 weeks and 2 days, I felt some pain, lower back pain, and it started to increase, and it came and went, and so I knew that there was something to be concerned about, and I just thought it would stop, and it really never did. So we went to the ER, we checked in, and that's where I stayed for the next 11 days until she was born, and then it was another 117 days until she came home. They gave me all the medicine that they could to prevent the contractions or to slow them down and to help ease those. So every day that the baby stayed inside me was a huge accomplishment, and I remember I didn't even want to sneeze or cough because I just didn't want anything to happen.
Sandy had monitors strapped to her, so 24 hours a day we could hear our baby's heartbeat. Sandy's sister Delise and other local and long-distance friends came and shared love and did things like give Sandy a much-needed hair shampoo. You have no idea what it's like to lay in a bed in that position, barely able to move, not able to sit up for 11 days straight. Sandy did so great. I am very proud of her. I estimate that my wife probably received at least 100 needle pricks between the blood tests and the medications she received in L&D.
It was October 16th, and the baby was born at 1:30, but leading up to that, it was a long night and a long morning, and their nurse, Julie, was on duty, and she saw that it was time.
The doctor prepped her for a normal delivery, and then he saw signs of placenta abruption, which is very dangerous, and so he immediately just ordered an emergency C-section, and the entire room of probably 10 people just froze. And then he said, "Come on, let's go." And they rushed her out down the hall. He grabbed another surgeon and they took her right into surgery. Within a couple minutes, they had Journey out. Nurse Julie came out into the hallway and I think she grabbed me if I remember right, and she said, "Do you know what you have? You have a girl."
So when I came to, I remember being foggy, and I remember, I think, smiling and saying, "We have a little girl," to my husband. And they rolled me back to see her, and I got to see her in an incubator, and she was just little bitty, 1 pound, 11 ounces. And I was in my 24th week of pregnancy. I was 24 weeks and 6 days, and she was just a tiny little human. She did not look like a little baby, like what you see when you have a full-term baby who's already been inside building and growing for 9 months. But she was precious, and I'm grateful for the pictures and the videos because I really don't remember a whole lot those first few days. But I knew she needed me, and I knew that I was her mom, and I knew I'd connect some dots as recovery happened. And she was special. I missed being with her, when she was born. I missed her being on me and with me, and I missed getting to take her home, and but I got to see her every day, and those nurses and doctors and that NICU saved her life. Wow, the NICU, the neonatal intensive care unit, I didn't know what it was all about, but it's just a world of miracles and loss and grief and adjustment and emotions and beeps, and just, it's beautiful. It's amazing. It's just amazing what they can do now to save those babies. was difficult to feel love and to feel that overwhelming motherly feeling at first. And I remember feeling really guilty about that and feeling like, will it come? Will I love her? Like I feel like I need to and want to. And I did love her, but it just was an adjustment, and I felt a lot of guilt at first. And it's hard when you're not present for a delivery. There's a lot of adjustment that happens, and I would have loved to have been able to hold her. And so to not have her inside me and leave her every day multiple times and then not get to hold her for a long time was one of the biggest challenges, I think, for me and for our bonding and for my mental health and stability. I was there every day, and when I was able to start holding her, I made sure that I sang to her and I spoke truth to her, and I called her a warrior and a fighter and courageous, and I just spoke strong words into her, and I spoke truth into her. And even when I would be struggling with my own faith, I asked God to help me have faith, and I tried to just constantly speak truth to her where she would hear me believe, and she would hear that she is a fighter, and she would hear that she's strong. And so I made up a whole bunch of songs that had those words in it, and I still sing those songs to her.
So our journey continued. Every day, people prayed for us, posted updates, shared love. Cards and gifts came in. Beautiful people from all over just seemed like they came out of the woodwork and loved us. They took the time to love us, and it meant so much. Journey's brain bleeds self-resolved. That's what the doctor said. One of the nurses said that that's very rare, but they did. In fact, they did a final CAT scan on her. We had to do that before we prepared to leave the hospital, and that scan showed a third bleed that they didn't even know about because of where it was in the brain. Yet the scan showed no damaged brain tissue. They told us it was a waiting game. We'd have to watch because her fine motor skills could still be affected, and she could even have cognitive issues. But we've so enjoyed watching Journey blast through and defy the expectations.
So grateful to be Journey's mom, and to watch her life, and to watch her joy, and to watch her discover, and to watch her learn and feel and see and hear and crawl and pull up. And she's a joy. She's just a joy, and I'm just so blessed to be able to be her mom.